Hey Google, what day is it today?
It's Friday, May 15th, 2020.
Oh, the project's due today. Great. Oh, where did I go wrong with my time? Oh, shoot, yeah. So, as you have seen, this is my presentation on Parmigianino. Parmigianino. I don't know how many times it took me to pronounce that, but it was definitely more than one. So, before we get into the work of art that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to take you back into his time just to show you how his life was and what it was like. So let's go back in time. Time. So, going back into Parmigianino's life, well, first of all, what does that word even mean? Because, we don't really know. It's Italian. It actually means little one from Parma. And actually, if you couldn't tell, look at this. Honestly, this self-portrait was taken, he did this when he was 21. He was 21. He does not look 21. He looks 12. He looks 12. So, when Parmigianino was only 2 years old, his father died from the plague. Very sadly, that happened. It was the early 1500s. They were just like, it's all these dancing skeletons and junk. Oh, shoot. Oh man, we're dead now, huh? After his father passed away, he was taken under the wing of his two uncles, and one of them happened to be even a painter. And even much so that in the year 1515, he was actually commissioned to decorate the chapel of San Giovanni Evangelista? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. The piece was later actually completed by Parmigianino, which, led on to his artistic capabilities. And at age 18, he completed the Bardi altarpiece. So this is the start of his long lineage of painting for chapels and especially altarpiece. Since some wars broke out in his hometown of Parma, he had to move, so he moved to Viadana. It was here where he met another Mannerist painter, Correggio, who Parmigianino would be an apprentice of his, in a way. After this encounter with Correggio and staying in Viadana for a while, he went into Rome. When he went here, he asked for patronage from the Medici Pope Clement VII, and he was actually celebrated as a reborn Raphael. Yeah, one of the big four dudes of the entire Renaissance. Everybody was like, oh yeah, you see that guy over there? He's like Raphael. It's during this time in Rome where he painted a piece that I'm going to talk about today, the Vision of Saint Jerome. Now, I just gotta say, it's a really nice looking piece. I like all the detail in it. At first glance, we're gonna analyze this top to bottom. So, at the very top, we have the Madonna, the Virgin Mary. Look it, it's beautiful, it's really great. Now, the thing is, this is the guy who painted Madonna with the long neck, and as you can see here, there is no long neckness going on here at all. But we do see the Virgin Mary with little baby Jesus. Little baby Jesus, One Mannerist thing that I could definitely point out from, the top down here is if you look at, Jesus's baby Jesus's body, he kind of has this really weird his body kind of is like it's really curved in weird ways. So going from this top section here, see, we can also see that the entire painting, it's broken up into three different sections. We have Madonna and baby Jesus up here, and then we have over here, we have sleeping right here, Saint Jerome. It's like, hey, you know, I find it funny, if someone's gonna paint something about you, why would you be asleep? Why would you be asleep? And then in this other section, we have Saint John the Baptist, which I assume that's who that is, through reading up on this painting and exactly who is who in here. Seeing the mannerism in this is the out of context situation. For example, we have Saint Jerome sleeping here, and then right above him on a rock here, you can see that I kind of make out like a little bit of like a rock here. We have right up top Madonna and baby Jesus just sitting up there. It's like, yeah, why not? And also another mannerist thing is, look at Saint John the Baptist. Take a look at that finger. Take a look at that finger. That is let's go ahead and compare it to one of his very early works, his own self-portrait. I mean, the comparisons between the two, I'll just step back here. Here I'll have the self-portrait, and then there is the vision of Saint Jerome. They're very different, not just because, you know, this is him and this is not him, but because of the fact that this is more realistic and this is more ideal, and this is more mannered, and in a way, mannerism, get it? That's why, now that we've seen his Parmigiano's later works compared to his earlier works with the self-portrait and visions, now let's compare it to Correggio. Let's look at the similarities with one of his paintings, Jupiter and Io. Now this is definitely a mannerist painting, not just because of the weird sort of contortions of the body of Jupiter, but also the fact that this is a really erotic painting. So children, please heed your eyes. And then over here we have visions. So the similarities between these are, I think are pretty good, because of the fact that we have, if we see in the background Jupiter and Io, we got like this really nice natural but somewhat unnatural background to it. Like, and then back here, I mean, of course it looks natural, but then the rest of the scenario doesn't look natural at all. I mean, all the colors are very lurid. There's a lot of glow happening, especially in the red of Saint Jerome. Like, that just screams out at you, showing like, look here. But anyways, after doing this presentation, we can see how Parmigiano became a very influential mannerist artist. As you can see, his works have gone from very elegant and nice realistic self-portraits to completely mannered, disfigured altarpieces and other works along that. Hope you liked the presentation. Took me a little bit to go over, and I know telling my future self that it's going to take a lot of time for me to edit. It's probably going to take me a good hour to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with it. Especially to get the multiple images in there as well for my art piece. But anyways, I hope you learned something from this video, especially about mannerism. I know I'm not going to just have, you know, my other classmates watching. I know I'll have some friends watching as well. So